You're listening to On the Fringe Radio. I'm your host, Angela Thomas. Today we have a very special guest from the UK, Miss Elaine Thorpe. Elaine is a trance medium whose abilities are extraordinary. She's an instructor who teaches trance mediumship to others as well as a spiritual artist. I'm eager to get started, so let's welcome Elaine Thorpe. Welcome to the show, Elaine.
Hello, and thank you for having me on the show. I'm delighted to be on here.
We're very happy to have you. Elaine, you are in England, is that correct?
Yes, that's right. I'm in Kent in England.
In Kent. Well, you know, we are in St. Louis, Missouri, bearing the heat here. How is the weather in Kent?
Oh, it's lovely here. Actually, it's a bit hot and sticky here. Obviously, not as hot as you've got over there, but it's been lovely weather for the past couple of months on and off.
Lovely, lovely. Well, at least you're not burning up over there. So, Elaine, will you share with our audience what is a trance medium?
Well, a trance medium is where the medium relaxes and they actually allow their spirit guide to come and blend with their own energy, in which they can speak through that medium to us here on the earth. And that is the way that spirit, apart from direct voice, which is very hard to achieve, can easily speak to us through the medium here on earth.
So, Elaine, what exactly is a spirit guide?
A spirit guide is someone we've usually lived with in past lives. We have past lives, and they usually choose to become our guide through life. They are there for us through our difficult times, through our good times. They are there to help guide and help us learn about unconditional love, which is what we want to bring to the earth and what they want to bring to us. And that is what our guide is. They don't rule our lives or take over us and tell us what to do. They are just there at times when we need them, or to work with us spiritually so that we can let people know on the earth that there should be no fear of passing to the other side. And they are there for a number of things. Those are the main things they are with us for. Everybody has a spirit guide. Some people might, not want to contact them. Some people who are spiritual may want to be in touch on a regular basis with their spirit guide. But it's entirely up to the individual.
Well, thank you very much. So, Elaine, how long have you had this ability?
11 years almost. Will be in September. I started in 2005, and that sort of happened by accident because I suppose a lot of people in my family, my relatives, are sort of mediumistic people. My father especially, who was a physical medium.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose they wanted to say, well, right, now it's your turn to work with spirit. And they came rather unexpectedly through my other marriage, my partner. His father decided to come and speak through me. I was quite shocked about that. I didn't understand it at the time. All I knew about was, the physical mediumship mainly and clairvoyance. So I wasn't ever really taught about the trance side of things. And so I joined a group and developed it from there. And here I am today.
That's absolutely amazing. So, Elaine, did you recognize any signs prior to your trance mediumship experience? I mean, I know you just told us that you were more focused on the clairvoyance and so on, but was there any maybe internal dialogue going on that you recognized as perhaps a spirit guide?
Well, my spirit guide didn't introduce himself until after I started the trance, roughly a few months afterwards. So I had no idea of that. But it started off before I got into all of this. After my father-in-law had passed, he sent us all sorts of signs in the house that he was there. I
Mm.
turned a tape recorder on and left the house empty and went out. And when I came back and played the tape back, there was a number of noises and voices and things that were on it, yet there'd been nobody in the house. So I'd used a brand new tape. So I suppose that is where it started to give me signs that I was going to be working alongside them.
Sure. So they were really preparing you then.
I think they were, because I never thought of anything before about putting tapes on in the house, and I started taking photographs of orbs and things that were appearing in the house as well. Yeah, it just sort of seemed to snowball over time. But at the time I did the tape recordings, I had no idea I had a gift. I didn't know at all.
Well, Elaine, your spirit guide Jonathan has, or is rather, your main guide. Would you consider him a master guide?
Yes, I would. Yeah, he's very strong, very loving, and he's always there for me.
So, how do you maintain your connection to Jonathan? So, when you are, let's say, allowing Jonathan to speak through you, how do you maintain that connection for any length of time?
It just happens. I just trust him, which has taken a long time to build up, of course, but he just seems to automatically do it. I'm able to just switch off now, and he'll come through within moments of being there, depending on how deep I aim to go. If it's in a circle situation, he might let me relax for a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just seems to happen automatically. I don't know how it happens like that, but there's never seems to be any time where he's ever not spoken.
Well, it's a good thing that Jonathan is such a great communicator. So, Elaine, with that in mind, may we then speak with Jonathan?
Of course, yes. So all I need you to do, everybody, is just relax and remain open to receiving him, and his energy will come through. It's going to go quiet for a minute while I go into the trance, but do bear with me, all of you.
You're listening to On the Fringe Radio with Angela Thomas.
Good evening to you all, or should I say good afternoon to you, or good morning, wherever you are.
Hello, Jonathan. How are you?
I am nothing other than fine, thank you, my dear, and I'm very pleased to be talking with you.
And very pleased to be speaking with you again, Jonathan. So, Jonathan, I have tons of questions, but one of the biggest questions I'd like to know about is, can you tell us how the process works for a spirit guide such as yourself to communicate through a medium or psychic?
Well, with a psychic, it is rather more, slightly less complex. If you get a psychic, you work with their mind, you see, and you sort of stand near to them, and you can convey pictures and messages. You impress your spirit thoughts onto their mind, and then they are able to interpret that into a message. But with trance, there has to be full trust. There needs to be trust, and of course that takes time to build up. And then we will need to talk, and we will need to practice ourselves with doing that, you see. And once we have learned to manipulate the vocal cords, we can create a physical voice. So what we do is we impress words that we may want to say into the mind and into the voice box, where they will come out physically from the medium's mouth, from the voice box, you see. And to do this, in order to do this, we need to use part of our energy and part of the medium's energy. So we are not physically climbing into the body and overtaking. We are blending with their energy, which surrounds their body, which is what you call an aura, see.
Certainly.
And an aura, when you go into the mediumship, when you go into an altered state, your aura becomes wider, and then we will step into the energy of that aura, and we will work with it.
Absolutely fascinating, Jonathan. Was there any particular reason why you chose Elaine as a medium?
Because I lived with her in a past life, and we know each other very well. And we are twin souls, yes. So we have a very deep connection over many thousands of years.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yes.
So, Jonathan, I'm very curious to know, did you wait for Elaine's willingness or abilities to progress? I mean, did you for a long time wish to communicate with Elaine and so you waited until she could? Or how exactly did you, time-wise, or at least our time-wise, make that decision?
I made the decision once she'd started the physical mediumship. And then I thought, well, the time is right now. I'm going to show myself to Elaine and speak with the lady that was sitting with her. So when the last moment of the trance was coming to an end, I decided to step in and show myself to Elaine.
That is great. So, Jonathan, do you communicate with other mediums?
Yes, I do. Yes, I have spoken through a couple of other people, but not on a permanent basis. I prefer to speak with Elaine, but I have had brief conversations through others, yes.
Certainly. So, I'd like to know more about you. What did you do in your previous life?
In my life, I lived in Islington in London, and I worked with horses and carriages and the public, and we were to take the gentry out on the carriages.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they would be used for funeral cortèges and things, all sorts of things. And then we would do a little bit of fox hunting, perhaps at the weekend, if we had the time. But we were very busy, and I worked alongside my father.
Amazing. So, Jonathan, what is it like in the spirit world? You know, that's what everyone wishes to know.
Oh, it's just indescribable. It's beautiful, my dear. Absolutely beautiful. The colors are so beautiful. They are clear and infinite. And there is no time. You have forever. You have infinity, so they say, eternity. You have complete unconditional love. There is no conditioning in spirit. There is no hatred. There is no wars. There is only love and complete light and joy. And everything that you see is of clarity.
So,
We
Jonathan,
communicate only through spirit and mind.
so Jonathan, you, since there is no time there, what do you do? I mean, you know, how do you live on that in the spirit world? Are there certain things that you are enjoying and you just continue whatever, you know, whenever you wish to? Or how does that work? I know since there's no time, there certainly isn't any schedule. But how do you enjoy the spirit world?
Well, there is only a sort of a schedule when Elaine calls me, but it's not a schedule. It's a willingness. But I will say that I enjoy my time riding my beautiful horse across the beaches of spirit into the sunset. And, I enjoy learning what I am to do next with your world. I use time to study. If I'm going to have Elaine doing a demonstration in front of people, I will usually take the time to gather the people together, the spirits together that need to be into the proceedings, that need to come and visit their loved ones. So we will not really need to prepare as such, because we just have a knowing. We will know when you are all going to gather together to create a little portal for spirit to come through and communicate with you. So when we are in spirit, we enjoy studying. We may have wanted to read and learn things. We may want to help others that have arrived in spirit. All sorts of things. We have just no time on our hands, so to speak. We don't need time. We have eternity to do it all. So if you call us, it is no bane to us. It is a pleasure for us to come and speak with you, because we do not rely on time.
Certainly. So the spirits gather in the spirit world?
We gather to be with God. We listen to the angels singing. They're beautiful. This is sort of a bit of entertainment for us. We sometimes go back and look at other lives we may have lived and what we may learn from those past lives, so that we can study that while we are in spirit. If we need to go to be prepared to become coming back to the earth, we may want to see what we need to learn in that next life. If you enjoyed painting on the earth, you will do it in spirit, perhaps. So a lot of things that you enjoy on earth, we may enjoy doing in spirit as well.
I see. So let me ask you, Jonathan, as far as, let's say, horseback riding, is that something that is already existing there, or do you bring that in front of you with your mind?
We create everything that we do with our spirit mind.
Wonderful.
Our spirit thought, because everything on your earth is an energy, but it is of the physical, you see. So we do not need to bring it into the physical. We can just think it, and then it'll appear in front of us as a vision, you see. And then we can create a reality out of that vision and be enjoying that. And if we no longer need to use that, it can dissipate, and then we may create another thought and want to be somewhere else, and then you could be there in an instant. We can also bilocate where we can see what is going on your earth in several places at once. We could be in 2 to 3 places at once. Yes, that is quite
absolutely
possible.
Amazing to be in multitudes of places at one time. So, Jonathan, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I hope to speak to you again soon. And if we may just speak with Elaine again. And
Yes.
It's been a pleasure, Jonathan. I so appreciate you communicating with us. It means the world to us to have you.
Why, thank you, my dear. I've much enjoyed it myself. And I hope to be speaking with you again sometime.
You will be. Thank you, Jonathan.
God bless you.
God bless you.
Hello?
Hi, Elaine. It's Angela again. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you very much for allowing Jonathan to speak.
Oh, you're welcome, as he always says.
He was
Yeah,
absolutely
enjoyed it.
delightful, and I must say, I think I have a crush on Jonathan. He's so delightful.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
He's just a pleasant man, so.
Yeah. I think a lot of the women, they like his voice, I think.
Yes, he's very generous. So, Elaine, we will be continuing another interview at another time. I appreciate you joining us here today and sharing all of the information about your gifts and sharing time with Jonathan.
Oh, you're welcome.
If you would like information about Elaine Thorpe or more, go to our website at onthefringemedia.com. You are listening to On the Fringe Radio. I'm your host, Angela Thomas. Good day.